So what if I told you that you actually have the power to choose how you feel? Seriously, not by, ignoring your emotions, but by actually mastering them. In this explainer, we're going to unlock the path to becoming the calm, confident pilot of your own mind. Let me ask you this. Have you ever said or done something in the heat of the moment and, immediately wished you could just hit rewind? That flash of anger, that wave of anxiety, that sudden pang of jealousy. If you've ever felt like your feelings were in the driver's seat, well, this is for you. Okay, so to get started, we really need to understand a super common problem. This brings us to what I call the emotion trap. It's that cycle of just reacting to our feelings instead of consciously responding to them. Now, this slide right here clears up a huge misconception. We are not talking about emotional suppression. That's when you ignore feelings, bottle them up, and just pretend they're not there. And we all know where that leads, right? An inevitable explosion down the line. No, what we're aiming for is emotional management. And that means acknowledging what you feel, trying to understand it, and then skillfully navigating through it. It's the difference between feeling powerless and feeling totally empowered. And here's the absolute key to the whole thing. The feeling of anger isn't the problem. The problem is the yelling that follows. The feeling of anxiety isn't the issue. It's the panic decision you make because of it. See? The trap isn't the emotion itself. It's the automatic, unthinking reaction we have to it. So, how in the world do we escape this trap? Well, it all starts with a new way of thinking, what we can call a mentally strong mindset. It's a fundamental shift in how you relate to your own feelings. This quote just perfectly captures the core idea. You can't just command the storm inside of you to stop. Trying to do that is just a losing battle. The real skill, the real strength, lies in learning how to surf those emotional waves, using their energy instead of being crushed by them. Here's a really simple but powerful way to think about all this. Your emotions are kind of like the weather. You can't control when it rains, right? And it's pretty pointless to get mad at the clouds. But what you can do is choose to bring an umbrella and a raincoat. You can't always control what you feel, but you can absolutely 100% choose how you prepare for it and respond to it. All right, let's get practical. Enough with the theory, let's actually build your toolkit. In this section, we're going to equip you with 3 powerful, actionable tools you can start using to manage any emotion, literally starting today. Okay, so the foundation of our entire toolkit is a concept from psychology called cognitive reappraisal. I know, it might sound a little academic, a bit jargony, but it boils down to a very simple, life-changing idea. Change the story, and you change the feeling. That's it. And it all comes together in this simple 3-step process. It's so easy to remember. First, you label. Second, you reframe. And third, you choose. Let's break down each one so you can see exactly how they work together. Step 1. Get specific with your label. When you feel that surge of emotion, your first job is to move past the big, blurry words. So instead of just saying, "I'm angry," dig a little deeper. Are you frustrated because you feel stuck? Are you disappointed because an expectation wasn't met? Maybe you even feel insecure or betrayed. Naming the emotion with this level of accuracy immediately diffuses its power and gives you instant clarity. Okay, step 2 is all about reframing the narrative. And this slide shows you the power of that choice. The event is the same. Your boss gives you some critical feedback. Now, the automatic narrative on the left is catastrophic, right? My idea is terrible, I'm a failure. But just look at the reframe narrative on the right. My boss offered critical feedback. This is a chance to improve. Nothing about the external event changed, only the internal story. And that changes everything about how you feel and what you do next. And this leads us to the final crucial step. Choosing your behavior. By precisely labeling the feeling and consciously reframing the story, you create something incredibly valuable, a pause. It's just a small space in time between that emotional trigger and your response. And that pause, that is where all your power lies. You're no longer reacting on autopilot, you're consciously and deliberately responding. So why go through all this effort? What's the real payoff for doing this work? Let's talk about the incredible, life-changing rewards that come with mastering your inner world. The rewards of mastering this are profound. Just imagine having stronger, more stable relationships because you communicate thoughtfully instead of just lashing out. Imagine making clearer decisions at work because your judgment isn't all clouded by panic or ego. This is about building a life with less stress, more self-confidence, and that deep, unshakable resilience to handle whatever life throws your way. But hey, let's be realistic here. This isn't a magic switch you just flip once. It's a skill. It's a muscle. The first time you try to pause and reframe in a really heated moment, it's going to feel clumsy. It's going to be hard. But with practice, that pause gets a little bit longer. Your reframing gets a little bit faster. Your choices become more intentional. This is a journey, not a destination.
So I'll leave you with this. You don't have to tackle every single emotion at once. Just pick one. That recurring frustration you feel at work, the anxiety that sometimes creeps in at night. Choose one emotion and start practicing your 3 steps. Label, reframe, and choose. So, what is the first emotion you'll choose to master?